Hello everyone, nice to meet you again in this video. And today we learn another lesson with the name Don't Hurt Yourself and Others When Things Don't Go As Planned. Okay, as in previous videos, right? Firstly, I will read the text and then I will explain the meaning of several keywords for you. Don't hurt yourself and others when things don't go as planned. When you haven't really tried to achieve your dream, look back and learn from it so that it doesn't happen again in the future. On the other hand, your goals should be appropriate to your life circumstances and should be changed as your living conditions change. Psychologists at the Michigan Universities of USA have discovered that setting the goals is very important and necessary, but it can make us feel bored and discouraged if it is too rigid and not flexible. If the goals are set too high, not in line with a person's ability, they can make that person is more upset, frustrated, and even more dissatisfied with themselves. Okay, so through this lesson, we understand, right? In setting up the goals, is this really important that you should consider about your current abilities and about your circumstances, right? And for those goals, right, must be appropriate with your abilities, with your current circumstances. Yeah, it is very important to have you reach your goals. And okay, now we need to learn the meaning of several keywords, right? The first word I choose is appropriate. It is adjective, right? Appropriate, and for this word you need to stress the second syllable, pro. Okay, appropriate. Okay, appropriate is mean suitable, acceptable, or connect for the particular circumstances. And on example, now that the problem has been identified, appropriate action can be taken. So let's imagine that now you and your team, right, are implementing on a project, and there is one problem that hinders the progress of the project, and you need to discuss with your team members, right, to find out the problems. So, and after discussion, and your team, right, already find out the problem. Now your team can think about an appropriate action, right, need to be taken to handle that problem. Okay. And for the next was necessary. Yeah. For this, if you prefer American pronunciation, so you can pronounce necessary. But if you prefer British pronunciation, right, you can pronounce necessary. Okay, necessary. But for me, I prefer pronouncing necessary. As I already told you in the previous videos, right? We should not care so much about British pronunciation or American pronunciation. It depends on you. Firstly, depend on the document resources, right? You to learn English, and another thing that depends on your preference as well. Such as for me, right? For some words, I pronounce as American pronunciation, and for some words, I pronounce as British. Yeah, but I do not care so much about that, because if I care so much, that will affect my thinking in English, and I feel so nervous in talking, and I'm afraid of that, and I cannot get the right accent to talk to all of you. So that's why I do not care about this. Okay. And here for the word necessary, right? And for this word, we need to start the first syllable, ne. Okay, necessary. Necessary is it means that is needed for a purpose or a reason. And we have, for example, food is necessary for survivors. Yeah, we absolutely agree with this sentence, right? Without food, we cannot live, right? Survivors, this means that you are still alive and keep living. Yeah. So for me, I think in this life, you should care about your health. It is so important. So if you want to have a good health, you need to have a good diet, right? And besides that, I think that you also need to regularly exercise. It is really important to improve your health. And you also need to spend your time, right, with your family's member or with your friends. Yeah, it is really important. Yeah, we live and we need to have a relationship with other people, right, to talk, to share about our life. Yeah. Okay, and the next word I want to say to you, the word riches. Okay, riches. And for this word, right, it is adjectives, and you need to stress the first syllable. Rich, rich, rich. Okay, rich, riches. You should pronounce riches. It is wrong. You should pronounce like this. Riches. Okay, riches, riches. Okay. Riches of a person, right? Not willing to change their ideas or behavior. Yeah, this is the meaning of this word in the text. Yeah, in the text I just read for you. Yeah, and here one example how we use the word riches, right? Her richest ideas and a stern manner had frightened the children. Her richest ideas, right? Yeah, you understand. For her ideas are very strict. Yeah, and she never changed her ideas, right? Yeah. And in here, for the word stern, you need to understand a stern. Yeah, it means also it is very strict. Yeah, we talk about one person, right? And for about the kind of thinking of that person is very strict, and that person just think about the rules and disciplines, and just follow the rules and disciplines, and that person is not flexible. Yeah. And through this sentence, we understand that for this woman, right? In this situation, she is a mother, right? For this mothers, she very strict. Yeah, she very strict, and she want for all of the children, right? Have to listen and obey for what things the parent tell them have to do, right? And if the children do not obey, so they will punish. Yeah, and for them, they don't mind, right? To use the stick and hit their children. So that's why for this, right, frighten the children. Yeah. So for me, I never agree with the parents, right, who have this kind of thinkings. Yeah, to teach their children. Yeah. And for me, I just use the words to teach the children. But actually, until now, right, I haven't had children. Yeah, so I do not know how to teach or educate the children. But hopefully, in the future, if I have the children, and I just use the words to teach the children. And for the next words, frustrated, right? It is adjective, and for this word, you need to straight the second syllable. Straight, right? Frustrated, okay. Frustrated, okay. Straight, frustrated, okay. Frustrated. Frustrated, okay. Frustrated. It means the feelings, right? It means about the kind of feelings, right? It is annoyed and impatient because you cannot do or achieve what you want. And we have an example like this. It's very easy to get frustrated in the job. Yeah, because for the job, right, has many works and then you need to do. And another reason that for this kind of jobs, you have to communicate with many departments in your companies, right? But for other departments, they are not willing to collaborate with you. So that's why it's very easy for you, right, to get frustrated in the job. Yeah. And thanks for watching, and hopefully you also like this video, and see you in next video. Bye bye.